Hey, we're
How's it
definitely
going?
live now. Smack 'em a gov, everybody. It's another almost human live. And this time we're doing an idea that Count Ralph has brought to us was to show off our 7 inch. And first off, let's say welcome back, Count Ralphus, man.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah,
Good to have you back.
thanks. Oh,
Good
great
to
to
see-
be here, guys.
And we got Richard here again.
How's it
Uh,
going?
Great having you. Tony told me you had a lot of 7 inches, and yeah, so I'm not going to be as good as you guys. I do have a nice stack here and I do have some awesome shit, but I know I'm going to forget. See, I already forgot a few that I got to go get now that are very essential. So I'll let you all talk amongst yourself as I go grab them.
Hey,
And
Ralph,
yeah,
before you go, we want to dedicate a good send out tonight to James West, one of our regular
Yeah,
viewers, and he's back in the hospital again with his leg, man. So he's
man,
probably watching us, I'm
I'm
sure.
sure he's watching. Yeah. He'll
yeah,
be he'll be here.
every
Yeah,
week, and he shares our stuff. And
yeah,
yeah, I
man.
love that
Good,
dude, man. I wish
good
him.
guy, man. He's having a hard time right now, man. Yeah,
Hopefully it's his final not final, because something's gonna happen to him, but hopefully now he gets the answers that he's been needing. So
Well, I
yeah, I hope
dedicate
so.
going a lot.
I dedicate tonight's show to James West,
Yeah.
and I also want to dedicate it to Thomas Skidmore. I don't know
Hmm.
if y'all saw this, but I got a
I
message.
did.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I got a message yesterday from some, somebody that was taking care of this guy called Thomas Skidmore, who donated for me to do a track by track 2 months ago. He died last month, like a month later, but she said she'd never seen him that happy that I would like call out his name and shit. So
Awesome.
I'm dedicating tonight's show to Thomas and James West, man.
Very cool.
Now I'm gonna go look for those vinyls.
See, it doesn't take much sometimes to please or make somebody happy, Just something so
That's right.
small like that.
I also got to say, I mean, yeah, this ain't the first time. I've gotten like message from somebody that died, and then there's times I get messages from people that are like, I'm in a wheelchair for life now. I got in an accident, and there's more than one.
Mm,
And you got me through it.
yeah, that's cool.
Which is awesome because all I'm doing is being a retard on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least you get those. I just
I'm
get why
being,
you keep doing the show. Can you please just, stop doing what you're doing? You suck. I never get the good ones. Whatever.
Halloween sucks.
Halloween sucks. Yep. Your band Severed Angels terrible. Nobody's gonna buy that shit. Stuff like that.
all right.
Continue.
Somebody start showing you stuff.
Continue.
I'll grab my thing.
I don't have many 7 inches. This is my stack here.
All
There's
right.
not there's not many.
Sure.
You
Hey,
guys,
that's
I'm
still
sure. I know.
that's
Yeah, I
good.
had more than I thought I did, but not that many as you guys, I'm sure.
I'll tell you a funny story. We were at a record show a year or so ago, and my girlfriend Linda came to the show, and she's just tripping. She'd never been to a record show. She didn't know people bought records and all that stuff, so she's just tripping out. And I went over to the guy's table and I picked up a couple of 7-inch singles with picture sleeves, and I came back. She says, "Ooh, those are cute. Do you have to play those on a little record player?" I said, "Yeah."
That's funny. One thing I don't have, well, I might have it somewhere, is the thing to put in, the little circle here. I have it.
Yeah,
Man, I have one
I've got
somewhere.
a couple of them. Yeah, around. Um, I don't use those pop in yellow ones. I just got a little disc thing that goes in
Oh,
that you
okay.
can use.
I
And
got this
yeah,
rush. This rush one comes with like a special little rush one in the seven
ah,
inch
Ah,
here.
look
You
at that.
can.
That's
hell
cool.
yeah, nice.
What
Leave
is
it to Rush. They think of everything.
I think it's the only one that I have that came with like, an actual like thing like that. I
what
never
is
had
that?
another 7 inch.
What is that,
It's
Ralph?
it's closer to the heart. Farewell to King's 40th anniversary 7 inch. It opens up over here.
But what's that little thing in there? That little round thing?
Oh, it's the thing for the 45s that you would, put in the circle part
Oh,
of the 45.
yeah, yeah.
How some of them, like the old ones, came like that. You don't see that really much in the new ones anymore. Yeah, this is kind of cool that it came with that. So that's one
That's
less
pretty
one
cool.
that I have to show later.
I wonder why they made it with that anyway. I guess maybe just to make that little thing there. That's kind of cool.
Richard
you said.
said he's got so many he could separate it by bands and say, here's all my Judas Priest on this episode, and here's all my Sex Pistols on this episode.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow. I got them separated in like groups of like, here's some punk ones, here's some hardcore ones. I got my like weird shaped ones, and I tried to separate them. So if we want to go around multiple times like that, I don't know. But, you know.
Yeah, we should just go around and do 10 or 12, just kind of show them, speak about them, roll on or whatever if you want. Because
I'll do like one section, because it would take me an hour, or not an hour, but I'll just fly through them. I'm not going to talk about much of them, just a couple I'll talk about,
Yeah, I just pulled out a bunch of
let's all do that. Unless it's very important, let's not talk about it. Just show it and keep it rolling.
Yeah, if there's a story behind it or something, then
if there's a story behind it, it's good to bring it up.
Yeah. Who's going first?
Richard, why don't you go?
All right. Well, since Brian James passed away this week of the Damned, I will start with the Damned. And I got some crazy stuff by the Damned. Get it in there.
These are autographed, it looks like.
Captain and Dave signed this one. My favorite Damned album is probably Machine Gun Etiquette. And but I got a few of the Damned. It's one of my favorite punk bands. And these are original on Stiff. But and
you didn't know, so not only are we showing 7 inches, they're stiff 7 inches.
Yeah, stiff. And if it ain't stiff, right? That was their thing in the 70s. But a couple of years ago, Brian James, that little label, Easy Action, Brian James started releasing a few singles, and he was doing live shows. This is actually about 10 years ago. And I made a point to order stuff from him. One of them came with a little autograph card. And but yeah, it's a shame. The only time I saw the Damned with Brian was in 1990, and I was prone to nasty habits. And after a full day of nasty habits, I fell at a club and had a compound fracture, and my ankle bone popped out of my leg, and that's the only time I saw the Damned with Brian, unfortunately. But I saw the Damned many times. But Legend, New Rose was the first punk single, and still one of the best. And rest in peace, Brian James.
Cool. Yeah, man. Cool.
Who's next? You want to do some more, or somebody else want to go next?
Do a few more, Richard.
Well, you talked about a story, and every one of these records have a story, but one of the most bizarre stories is one of the records I hunted for a long time, the original Obsessed Sodden Jackal on Invictus label. And
that's their first single?
Yeah, and it's damn near impossible to find. And I had it on a want list on Discogs for years because I never came across, and if somebody popped one up, it would always be like really messed up and worn and torn, and they'd want like $500 for it. And I got a message from a guy on Discogs. I guess he's seen from the Discogs location that I was in the Atlanta area, and this guy just started messaging me, and it was the most bizarre message. He was like, traveling through America, looking for certain records, and I noticed this is on your want list. There's a record store in your area of town. I'm going to go pay a visit. I would gladly sell you. I happen to have an Obsessed Sodden Jackal. I'm driving around with it with all the other records. I would gladly sell you. I'll be in your town. Love to meet you. And I thought, is this guy like, a pervert? Is he, looking for someone to kidnap? I mean, an obsessed record is a really bad segue into a gay date. and I'm thinking, this guy's on Discogs. He doesn't see me. He doesn't know what I look like. He doesn't know you know, anything about me other than I got this Obsessed record, which is extremely rare on my Discogs want list. And I tell a lot of people, I'm like, I'm meeting this guy because he claims to have a sodden jackal and he claims it's mint. And I thought, what are the odds that some weirdo is driving around America with a mint sodden jackal and he's just coming through my town and he's going to sell it to me? And I asked him how much did he want for it, and he said $175, which was like half of what I've ever seen one for. And so I just, I think, okay, it got more bizarre that there's only one parking deck in the town we were in, and he wanted to meet in the parking deck. And I was like, okay, I carried a knife with me. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm expecting the worst. This guy's got to be a freak, right? And we meet in this parking deck, and he opens his trunk, and it's full of records. He's got little 7-inch travel cases, and he opens his trunk and opens a 7-inch case. He had like 10 or 15 of them in there, and he pulls out this Obsessed, which is mint. It is mint, and the record had never been played. And of course, they've been reissued and bootlegged and all that shit. And I knew the Matrix numbers and everything. I looked, it's the real deal. And I was like, okay, and here's your money. And he said, he asked me which direction the record store was in, and I told him. And he started telling me all the stuff he's hunting, like jazz and all this stuff, and obscure like Northern soul and just obscure music. And I was like, oh, good luck with that. And he said, oh, I'm finding a lot of it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I've been to Miami and I've been to Tampa and I'm coming here and I'm going to back up to DC. And he gave me his whole, and I didn't ask. But anyway, that was a weird way to come into the record. Very strange, but I survived.
But you got a cool story to tell.
Yeah, man. That's a cool
I've actually never told it to anybody but probably Wino. And yeah, it's weird. But yeah.
Very cool. All right, who wants to go next? Count, since you've been off for quite a while. Go ahead. I don't want to take over the show, Ralph, but
I'm going to go through a couple quick ones of just weird ones. So this one's a band, Poison 13, and it's got like an Obi strip, like a Japanese one. And it's not like a band I really love or not. They're like a punk garage band, kind of horror. But look at this 7-inch. It opens up as a gatefold and it's a pop-up.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the Mummy and the Wolfman.
That is really cool.
Pretty cool.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
Just the only one I have that has an OB strip. This is the only square one. Anybody got any square picture vinyls?
Yeah, I got one. I'll show later.
It's probably the same one. I bet you. It's this fucking thing, right? The Mighty Wrath.
No.
It's the only one I ever seen before. It's like it's the back card, but yeah, it's just bizarre that it's a 7-inch, but it's on a big square vinyl.
It's weird.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Here's this one. I'm sure some of you got is the Iron Maiden, the Trooper, and Cross-Eyed Mary shaped picture disc, 7-inch.
I used to have the big 12-inch of the Cross-Eyed Mary, but at one point.
This is a cool one. Gangrene, Boston hardcore punk band. It's a skateboard. It's a 7-inch, but it's a shaped picture disc. This one, the Jag Panzer, the first one but it's like a shortened version.
That's the Tyrant's EP. Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, it's the shaped version. I got the 12-inch vinyl of that too. Here's a Halloween, Wayne's favorite band.
I got that. Yeah, I didn't bring it up, but
nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't think of it as like a 7-inch because it's a little bit bigger, but the actual record part is a 7-inch.
I actually have mine's all signed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of weird ones. This is a Charlie Manson "I'm on Fire" 7-inch. It's like him actually doing
on fire
songs,
Is he doing? He's doing the Van Halen. He's doing a cover of Van Halen on fire.
And The Hallways of the Always and I'm on Fire. The two songs on that. And then this one's called Murder. And it's a 7-inch of like interviews with serial killers. They got Edmund Kemper, Theodore Bundy, Kenneth Bianchi, and Henry Lee Lucas. Double
Wow.
7-inch in there. His The Empire Strikes Back. It comes with like a little book, but 7-inch. Here's a G.I. Joe, the Secrets of the Mummy's Tomb. Pretty cool. Here's a Gremlins Trapped. And here's a Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
Wow.
There was like a bunch of these. It's like a series of them, but this is like the book, and then it comes with a 7-inch in there. And here's one, the Monster Frankenstein, and this was part of like a series too, with a bunch of different ones. And yeah, so that's it. I'll be quick, but that's my first section of weird ones.
Cool. Yeah. Yes. Neat.
Go ahead, Tony.
I'm going to start out with this is as far as I know, this is the first single that Twisted Sister released. It's I'll Never Grow Up Now and Under the Blade, and it's on the Twisted Sister label, the pink label. Try to keep this light, not give me so much glare tonight, but I've got it. I might need to turn it. That's the first single. This is what year was this? I don't even know. It's
79, I think.
Yeah, probably. I don't see a.
This is the one that's funny. When I met Eddie, what's it? Not Eddie. JJ French. When I met him, he said, "Look at the thank you list on the back of that." He's like, we thanked Ozzy and everybody. He's like, we didn't know any of them guys, but we figured if we thanked them all, it would look like we're buddies with them all.
Right.
I got an autograph. I got an autographed copy of that, and it's not the first single because I have this thing that is really rare. It's Bad Boys of Rock and Roll and Lady Boy. It's just there was no picture for it, but I bring this to a convention where I was.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not.
Same
is
thing.
that a? That's an original.
Same thing. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
so I didn't know if this was.
I didn't know it.
I thought maybe this was.
I didn't know it came with a cover.
I thought this was the first one. I don't know. Maybe this is.
Well, you know what? It might be. It might be. I don't know. I didn't think this came with a cover. So this is how I've always had it. He signed it. Just Dee Schneider signed this one, even though it wasn't with the cover. But he was like, "Did you inherit this?" And then I have this one. Just since I pulled them out, but this one's autographed by everybody except for the Animal Mendoza, and the same with this one. It's everybody but one. Mendoza.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a bunch of. I got the I Am I'm Me and stuff. This one actually came. My friend Mark Brooks, who good friend of mine. I bought his record collection. He actually, he grew up in New York, so he saw Twisted Sister. He went to the shows and stuff. So he ended up probably got this at one of the shows, or either like I said, he used to buy stuff at all the record shops around Bleecker Bob's, and
I always thought that was older because the Lady Boy, that song Lady Boy. Yeah, that song "Lady Boy." I always thought that maybe made it like an older one, but I'm not sure which one was older.
Here's I got a bunch of Twisted Sister ones, but it's just like all the 40, a lot of the ones like the one you showed a while ago, and I got some 45 singles for all the Atlantic stuff, Leader of the Pack and stuff like that. Here's a Crocus. This is an import phonogram. It's called Industrial Strength EP. And it's got Bedside Radio, Celebration, Easy Rocker, and Bye Bye Baby. And here's a Crocus one for Rock City, the song Rock City. And here's a couple of, this is a Y&T. This is Don't Want to Lose You off the Black Tiger. And it's signed by Dave Medichetti. And here is All American Boy off of Down for the Count. That's when they were, they really didn't know what they wanted to look like at that period. I guess they were, that's what Manowar considers crackerjack clothes, I think, in their lyrics.
And I know that song's commercial as fuck, but I like that song.
Oh yeah, it's cool. They had the video and stuff. Yeah. I got a bunch of Wasp singing. This is I Don't Need No Doctor, and it's one of those blood packs. The blood, like the Slayer record came that time, but it's all dried up. There's a Forever Free. It's got a patch. It came with a patch. And there is a Chainsaw Charlie. that's actually a little picture disc there for that. And there is Sunset in Babylon, which was a single from the I think it was from the first Blood Last Cuts.
I have that on CD, that little thing. And I got that Chainsaw Charlie, but it's big, you know.
Yeah, I got a 12-inch of it as well. Yeah. One more thing I'll show here before I move on to someone else here. So back in the day, you know, before the cassette singles, the label sometimes would send you stuff in the mail, like if you got on a mailing list or something. And I got this was the first one I think I got from Geffen Records. It was the Atom Bomb SST, and I Want My Heavy Metal. It was just a little promo record to promote the Atom Bomb record, and it came in the mail. And I may have sent away for that actually, but then I got on the mailing list, and they ended up sending me Black and Blue Rocking on Heaven's Door.
I have that.
That one just showed up in the mail one day. Yeah.
I told you, I didn't forget all these ones I have.
This one has Fake Freely on lead guitar.
Yeah.
Yep. So who wants to go next, Wayne?
Oh, all right, I'll go next. I got Petula Clark, Downtown. This is my mother's record, and actually, this is my mother's record too. But I listened to this so many times when I was younger. The Monkees, I'm a Believer, and what's on the other side here? Stepping Stone. When I was younger, this is all I used to listen to. This is pre-Def Leppard, Monkees, and then right to Def Leppard.
I thought you meant it was actually pre-Def Leppard.
No.
Rick Allen plays on this.
Yeah, he's in the Monkees. He
was 4.
Original drummer. This is a Kiss, Calling Dr. Love. I just recently got this in a yard sale. It's Take Me.
Yep, I think I have that one as well.
Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me, and Ring of Fire. Found that in a yard sale.
I may have that with a cover.
Yeah, I just found it. Like I said, it was in the yard sale, and it just had a bunch of those just laying around. And Van Halen, Jump in House of Pain. It's pretty beat up.
I have that one with the cover.
I found the Halloween thing. See, it's all autographed. I got that from.
When did you get it? Did you buy it autographed or?
Yeah, it was on eBay, and it was actually being sold at a record shop that I go to, and he had it there, so I went and picked it up. So
Killer.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, the drummer who passed away signed this too. So
yeah.
Yep, I gotta have that one. Ghost Rats single, but that's pretty cool. It's all rats on there.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of oldie like cool ones. Ghost Year Zero, that's pretty cool. This is probably the earliest Ghost one I have. Secular Haze.
They've released a lot of stuff. Yeah,
they have released a lot of singles, even some earlier ones that I don't have. I wish I did. These are reissues. Black Flag 6-pack. What is this? Oh, the Beatles, the new thing that they just released in now. Pretty good song. I liked it. You know,
I got that 12-inch.
What's this? Black Flag, Nervous Breakdown, another reissue. This band, a lot of people probably had never heard of. The Behemoth. This is Jim. What the hell's his last name? Jim Martin from Faith No More. After he left Faith No More, he did this band here. Not too bad. This is Stradivarius, and it actually came with a CD, but it also has a 7-inch record in here, and it has 2 songs: Last Shore and Hollowed. Pretty cool. This band actually is a newer band called Silver Talon. Pretty cool, like old school. Yeah. And they did a cover of Power of the Night from Sabotage. Pretty good cover. Halloween, Dr. Steen. I'll do this last and I'll save the rest for later. And Halloween, I Want Out. This one's pretty cool. I know you guys don't like color records, but this one's blue. I don't see many 7 inches of blue.
That's cool, yeah. I don't mind color vinyl. I just, if I'm gonna buy it, I just buy it black. If I can only get it in colored, I'll get it. Yeah. That's cool. Is that the live version of I Want Out? Because it looks like the cover of the I Want Out, the live EP.
Yeah, no, that's just the single of the album version. Because that and Don't Run for Cover on here. So
I like that song.
It is a good one. All right, Ralph, go ahead.
All right, like I said, I have a lot of 7 inches that I'm old. I'm 6 years old. Got a bad mind. Tony just pulled this out. I was like, I got that.
Mhm.
All right, all right. Here's Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter.
Ah, that's cool.
Cool about this is, it's one side only, but the other side, I don't know if you can make it out. It's autographed, like
Oh
etched.
yeah, like
Oh, etched in. Yeah.
etched. Yeah, cool.
It's pretty cool, and it had
Dude,
Nico.
that side sucks, man. When you play it.
Wait, it doesn't say the names of who signed it. Bruce
It's-
Dickinson,
it's
Nickel
grind-
McBrain.
It's grindcore. It's a split. All right, this one's pretty cool. What's this for? Oh, Bring Your Daughter to Slaughter as well. And when you open it, it's his brain. See,
Ah,
Nice.
his brain, and it says Happy New Year. And
That's
then,
awesome.
yeah, was Derek Riggs still painting for them?
When was that? When was that?
no, he didn't do No Prayer for the Dying. I don't think.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I think this
did.
is really good
Did he?
artwork.
Maybe he did. Which one did he not do? No, maybe it was the Fear the Dark. He didn't do.
But yeah, one side says Happy New Year, the other side is a cool painting. I don't really like a lot of painting.
Somebody on here in the chat can tell us. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
The most valuable thing I own, the Soundhouse tapes, the original pressing, all the NWOBHM.
Nice.
The most expensive thing I
It's a
own,
good-
thousands. I bought this on Record Store Day. It's singles of the Sex Pistols. I won't take the singles out. It's Anarchy in the UK, God Save the Queen, Pretty Vacant, Holiday in the Sun, and Pretty Vacant. And it also has the song Satellite, Do You Know Wrong, and I Want to Be Me. There's some rare tracks on it. It's really cool. Singles box set I got on Record Store Day. This is Too Young to Fall in Love, colored. Like colored, is that Too Young? Yeah. Too Young to Fall in Love, and then the Looks That Kill one. And this is colored as well. It's white. It's the opposite of what I like on vinyl. Yeah, call me racist all you want. Black is beautiful.
Those are they like import singles?
No, that came in the box set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this also came in the Black Sabbath box set, a Paranoid single. And it says El Mago, but it's actually Fairies Wear Boots. And then this is the other single, which has Evil Women, Don't You Play Your Games With Me. These are all repressed, but this is how they came out back then. Remember these? They came in magazines, the floppy.
Flexi disc. Flexi disc, yeah.
Yeah, flexi disc.
Is that the McDonald's one?
This is actually Anthrax. Now it's Dark Live. And I remember it sounded really good.
Does anybody have any of the spooky story records off the back of the Alphabets box? I bet Count Ralph is still.
Yeah, I did.
No, but I do have a bunch of floppies that I didn't even think of looking for because they're not with my regular 7 inches.
When I was a little kid, I got One Bad Apple from the Osmonds on one of those cereal boxes. This is
Decibel Magazine still puts out a floppy. If you're a subscriber, you get a floppy with each magazine that you buy.
Cool.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
Decibel, a pentagram flexi of what it was a song. I don't know I can't remember which song, but it was one of the ones when First Days Here came out. It was one of the ones they didn't put on the record. And for a long time, the only way you could get it was the Decibel Flexi, which I'm sure by now they've relapsed or somebody's put it out. But it was I got it somewhere too. But it was a song they didn't put on First Days Here, and they put it on a Flexi for Decibel Magazine, which I thought was crazy. But yeah,
Bet it was collectible by
all right, this was a record store thing my friend Charlie got me. It's Anthrax, Antisocial Live, and In the End Live. This was a record store day thing. This one I've had forever. Like early 80s, I've owned this. This is Whole Lotta Rosie with Doggy Dog, AC/DC.
Nice.
This is awesome. All right, here's the square one that I have. It's from Joel Grind. You know Joel Grind from Toxic Holocaust?
Yeah.
Well, he put out this thing. It's called Welcome to Armageddon City. And man, it's got 3 songs on each side, and it sounds like 80s kind of video game music. It's pretty cool though. Yeah, this is the square one I got. Here's another AC/DC. That's the way I want my rock and roll with Kissing Dynamite.
I have a 12 of that one.
David Lee Roth, Yankee Rose. B-side, I think it was Shy Boy. Pretty sure. Oh, this is another. I got it again with a Warner Brothers cover, and it's going crazy, and maybe it's going crazy in Yankee Rose. I got this one autographed, Cheap Trick, Don't Be Cruel, and The Flame. The B-side on this song, Through the Night, is better than any song off of Lap of Luxury. I don't know why it's a B-side. All right, and
It's too good to be on the album.
I'm gonna have 3 more, and then we'll move it on because I know I'm going a little too long.
Yeah, you're really taking up a lot of time.
Yeah, well, it's my show. This is really, really cool. Ozzy Believer.
Mm-hmm.
This actually was a single back in the day, but this is a repress that got polka dots. How cool is that, man? And it's
nice. I
got
need one of those.
Then I got this one. I got this twice. What is this again?
Yeah, I think I have that one.
Again. This one's Believer. And I got this Flying High again, which I believe the vinyl's different. No, it's not. So I got this twice. All right, let me do this quick. The 5th caller will get one of these copies.
Oh, where's my phone?
You got 10 minutes.
Where's my phone? What's your number?
And this is the last one. I got a stack more, but what's this? Oh, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, The Tokens. I remember my brother loved this song when he was a little kid, and I didn't. And I still don't like it, but I was like, hey, my brother likes it, I'll buy it. All right, I got a lot more. Well, no, I just went through half of them.
This is great seeing stuff that I didn't even know existed, like that Ozzy one. I knew this would be fun just to see. If you're a metal collector and you don't know that all this shit even exists, you know?
Yeah, and just so you know, this is a repress. Like the original is just black. You know, this is the repress from 2010. A lot of people missed out on that box set. You know, I did an Ozzy video where people were like, I didn't even know that existed. They released a box set with the first 2 albums, but they added a DVD in it and a live concert that I think is better than Tribute. And they released it on vinyl for a limited time, and I ended up buying it, man. And people are like, I didn't know nothing about it. So I don't know, man. And I remember it was like 2010, 2009, one of those two. But anyway, that's mine for now. Richard, your turn.
Yeah. All right. So I run the gamut here. I'm not going to go through every record individually, but obviously with The Damned, I'm a fan of a lot of punk, and punk segued into hardcore. A friend of mine I grew up with who actually turned me on to Black Sabbath and Pentagram and a bunch of stuff when we were like 11, 12 years old. When we were in our early teens, he called me and said, there's a hardcore band from England. He would order records sight unseen, just, from England. From England, it's got to be good, right? So he ordered this record, and he called me and said, we were already into Venom. And he said, there's this punk band, which to me, punk were Ramones and Sex Pistols. And that was the extent of punk in my mind in 1984, 83. And he said, this sounds like Cronus of Venom playing bass. Maybe it was 85. And I said, you're crazy. And he put on Discharge. And that was like still the best hardcore I've ever, it's still the best hardcore band. My favorite hardcore band. I like GBH, Exploited, Agnostic, everything. But it's like, to me, Discharge still. And so really quickly, I have all the original Discharge.
Wow.
7 inches on clay on the Clay label, and I just have it's a collective thing, but it's one of my, they're not, and they're not as valuable as you think, but they're collectively they make up one of my, I mean, it's one of my favorite things is just to have a complete run of Discharge singles. And it's like, you know, I know there's punk bands that have more I'm surprised for some reason the back up there, the Discharge isn't worth more, but I mean they've, you know, so many people cite them now as the D beat and an invention of that kind of hardcore with distorted bass. And I mean, you can ask anyone, like, well,
Richard, do you got this one, Born to Die in the Gutter? I didn't see you
yeah,
pull this
I
one
do.
out.
Yeah, yeah. I got the later stuff, like the last album they put out with I can't, Brave New World, and no, that Grave New World's the old album. I can't recite the names, but I got everything, and it's like I love the new stuff too, but just something about having the original run of 7 inches on Clay.
Yeah, but this is an original old 7 inch from the 80s. You know, this one, Born to
Yeah.
Die in the Gutter is Born to Die in the Gutter is, yeah, it's, I forget
Yeah.
what label it. Yeah, Clay. It says Clay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, Richard's a completist because he'll tell me something. Says, yeah, man, I set my alarm to wake me up at 2:30 in the morning. Man, I had to bid on this record because it was the last minute bid. I got it.
Yeah, that's
an amazing collection. I love Discharge. I have the albums, but I don't have any of those other 7 inches.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was time consuming to get them, but I mean, and you know, you think they're going to be worth a lot, but you know, and I collected the Sex Pistols for a lot of years. I mean, I really have everything, but one of the most valuable Sex Pistols things I have is this one-sided single. It only came with the very few. It's the song Submission, and it came with the original UK press, the first press that doesn't have song titles on the back and everything. And but you know, I've got a ton of like UK picture sleeves, Fearless Pistol, and
awesome.
and, you know, I remember like 20 years ago, I'd pay $60-$70 for a record, and I think, man, in 10 years they're going to be worth 200-300, and now they're worth 20. I mean, some of the stuff you think is going to be valuable is it just sort of stays. But I mean, that's why I don't even keep up with the value really. I get what I want to get and fuck it, you know. But yeah,
I
Fear.
got this Sex Pistols album, and it's like they put like different song titles to make you think you're getting something else. It's
Yeah.
like Revolution in the Classroom and
Yeah,
Schools Are for Prison. And they put it on a pink vinyl. It's like you're getting something unique that's never been out, and it's like it's not even, it's just bootleg.
There's stuff shows they package over and over. Do you have Fuck Christmas?
Submission and Pretty Vacant. That counts in the box set.
Right. But yeah. So you want me to move on or go to something else?
Move on.
Okay. I'll go from Discharge to Leonard Skinner, right? That makes sense.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I run the gamut. So this is, I think, well, the original, as far as the original run, this is 1974 Portuguese picture sleeve. And it was pretty crazy. But that's actually worth something. This one is Charlie Daniels Volunteer Jam from 1974. And it's signed by Charlie and Artemis. And this is not worth hardly $3. But what's cool about it is it's Artemis Powell's first performance on record. He got up with Charlie and played congas at this volunteer jam, and that's his first performance on a record ever. And Charlie, if you didn't know, is the one that referred Artemis Powell to Ronnie Van Zant. And Charlie Daniels is the reason that Artemis ended up in, you know, the big Skinner with the plane crash and everything. So
having it signed makes it pretty special.
right,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, and
Really.
Charlie and Artemis, both the nicest people, and
Yeah.
yeah, love those guys. Charlie's dead, of course, but yeah. And then I got a few Motorhead. Of course, Leonard Skinner back to Motorhead, right? And uh, Louie Louie and Tear You Down. I'm doing them out of order, but that's a bronze. And then and I didn't even pull out half the Motorhead. And then first Motorhead, Motorhead
I've got,
with kids on.
I've got, yeah, I got that. I think mine's on orange vinyl on the Chiswick label.
And then this one is the Motorhead School, which I recently, about a year ago, it was already signed by Lemmy, and I got Denise and the other school girl on that.
Very cool.
And
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they signed mine as well. Yep.
I got a
Killer.
10-inch record store day version of that,
Yep.
but I'd love to have that original. It's
And
awesome.
I actually did meet Wendy Williams in the 80s, but I didn't have this.
Oh wow.
And this is Stand By Your Man. And
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Lemmy and Wendy did Stand By Your Man. And then they did No Class and Master Plan, the Plasmatic song. And so, yeah, it's, again, it's.
And then Motorhead broke up because of that. Pretty
Yeah,
much. I mean, like Fast Eddie left, and
that's
he
true.
was
Yeah.
that. It all comes down to that little 7-inch. But man, that's awesome. I'd love to have that.
Yeah, he didn't take part in it because it had Wes Beach and Richie Stotts and Wendy Williams, and he wouldn't take part in it. He quit. So
Yeah, they had already done the girl school thing, and he thought that was enough. He's like, now
Yep.
what are we gonna do? What are we Joan Jett next and this and that?
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, that sort of sucks. I mean, but it worked out because Brian Robinson made one of my favorite Motorhead records, Another Perfect Day, and I love that. I still love that record. But
It's classic.
stuff that the original Motorhead had to go like that. But yeah, my favorite lineup of Motorhead is Wurzel and Phil with Gazmatron and Rock and Roll. I love the two, but I love all Motorhead. But I was already in the Plasmatic, so this was cool. And I wish I'd have had Wendy sign it, but I had her sign Beyond the Valley and something
Oh,
else.
that's so cool. I got Richie Stotts to sign my
wow.
Beyond the Valley, but not Wendy. I would love to have Wendy. Oh, it's awesome.
It's sad
Ralph
about
just recently did a whole ranking of all the Motorheads, which is like
yeah?
such a task to do with all
It
the
is.
Motorheads.
And they have so many records.
Yeah. I do love them. I do get in the mood to hear Ace of Spades or whatever, but usually I pull out It's Another Perfect Day with Brian Robertson. I love that guy. But or Orgasmatron. Those are my top two. But it's funny, I met Wendy and she had came out with Commander of Chaos, where she's on the hood of a car. And I read in a Kerrang that she had the pants looked like they were spray painted. And there's no human can possibly wear pants that tight. So when I was so nervous meeting her, I was only 17, 18, I don't remember, but I said to her, were those pants spray painted on? And for whatever reason, she misunderstood or misinterpreted, but she started yelling at me. I don't give a fuck. I'll wear what the fuck I want to wear. I don't give a fuck what any. And I was a kid and she's yelling at me. And I'm thinking,
man.
I met her and I was idolized her and she's yelling at me.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a great story, man.
Yeah. Oh, and I got Overkill, which I was talking. That's Overkill and Too Late. But I was telling Tony about this. If you got the artist, that Joe Patagno or whatever, he always said the Motorhead Overkill, he hated it because it wasn't finished. They came to him and said, it's now or never. So he gave them the artwork, but it wasn't finished. And I never noticed it until I read his book. And now it's like I look at it and it looks like pieces are missing or something. But that's my Motorhead picks.
All right. Tony.
I thought Ralph was next.
Yeah, I think I was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
next
Ralph.
after him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ken. Forgive me.
That we should have had Richard on our plasmatic show. That would have been awesome. Ralph joined us on Rock Fantasy Files. We did a plasmatic show. That would have been a great story to tell. But
And we should do one on this channel too.
yeah,
we'll have
sure. Sticking with the Motorhead, since he brought him up, I figured I'd go that way. Is his Iron Horse and Born to Lose. This is a more recent one. This is a double 7-inch of Overkill and Bomber. It opens up and it's like a gatefold one and stuff. But I got mine original. Another Perfect Day 7-inch from that time. It's got like the Another Perfect Day tour dates on the back. That's how they used to put a lot of these 7-inches out as like a promotion for the tour coming up.
Yeah.
Here's an Iron Fist. Here's an original Iron Fist one, and it's got the same thing. It's got the tour dates on the back.
I have that.
Here's
Yep.
Motorhead Heroes picture disc 7-inch. Got like a live shot on the back. Here's an original Bomber 7-inch.
Nice.
And
yeah, I've got that one as well. Yep. Killer.
This is Motorhead Over the Top single, and his Killed by Death single.
Oh yeah, great stuff.
And Death Forever single.
Hell yeah, I love that.
But keeping with the thrash, I'll try to go through the thrash ones pretty quick. Here's a bootleg. It's the Metallica Up Your Ass. It says on the back, No Life to Leather. It's only got 3 songs though. And Enter Sandman picture disc, and it's black, so it's like not even like a picture. Corner is a Corner 7-inch. Here's one you guys had. You guys have had him on the show from Deceased King Fowley. His band Tombstone. This was like his project. His original.
Yeah, I love
7-inch of that. And
yeah. What song is on that? I've never seen that one. What song is on
this? This is the only thing they ever put out and it's a green vinyl. But they put out it's Tales of Voodoo, Crippling Religion, and Rosemary's Baby.
Oh yeah,
this is everything they ever. This is everything they ever recorded. This is like.
No, I've got some more stuff. I've got a cassette tape and a CD as well. Yeah, that's some good stuff though. Yeah.
Deceased. This is pretty recent. No Love Live Day in the Dirt 1984 Exodus Paul Bailoff stuff. Is Destruction a Black Metal Night Rehearsal 1984 old Destruction shit.
Is that a bootleg?
It's a bootleg. Slayer is a Record Store Day thing. Trying to be quick. You Against You, another Slayer 7-inch. Here's another one, Fallen Angels Possessed. It's just like old rehearsal and like live stuff. This is actually all live, But this is one of my favorite ones. I know Ralph is gonna really like this one if he doesn't have it, but this is one of my favorite 7-inch I have.
That's the first Megaforce, very first thing Megaforce ever put out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, what is it?
It's black. Black Mass is a Black Funeral.
Where did you come across that?
Before the EP?
Yes. Yeah. No. It's the first thing Megaforce Records put out.
Yeah, it's the first thing Megaforce.
First thing Johnny Zazula released.
Oh, okay. Cool. I've never seen that.
That's awesome.
Where
did you come across that?
I had a friend that would go to actually Tony knows him too. Steve Levin, believe it or not, is where I got that from back in the day. He used to go to Rock and Roll Heaven, Johnny Zazula. And he got a lot of cool stuff, and some of this stuff too that's coming right behind it is Venom Die Hard 7-inch. This come right from Rock and Roll Heaven.
So did mine. My copy came from the same place. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you said you had a friend that got this shit from there too. This is one of my favorite 7-inches. In league with Satan and Live Like an Angel. This is fucking amazing 7-inch.
Yeah, I need
like
that
the
one.
First thing they ever really did. And there's a picture disc 7-inch Gem Records import black metal 7-inch.
Damn, that's nice.
Nice.
His Florida band Hell Witch.
Hell Witch.
That's
Richard
my
Yeah.
Wolf.
buddy, man.
Yeah, Brian's band.
No-
Brian's playing with them now, right?
Nosferatu, 1984 demo.
Actually, I do have that. I'll tell you a funny story. That I bought in 1986 when they opened for Anthrax at Plus Five on the Spreading the Disease tour. Nobody knew these bands, and I never heard of Hell Witch before. And that's one of my favorite songs too, Nosferatu. Fucking,
This is 75 out of 500. It got numbered.
they played my CD release party, and I'll tell you even cooler. We played a gig with Hell Witch, and the headliners was Napalm Death, and Barney said, "I can't believe I just played a show with Hell Witch." He was like, he
Yeah,
knew.
they're so old school. The tape trading days, man. Hell Witch was huge in that scene.
Yeah.
Primeval is another band. This was a Hudson Valley band, and the bass player Mary was like the biggest tape trader around. She had connections with everybody back in the day. Ed Farsley put this out on the Rage Records, where me and Tony do. Oh, and even Ralph with knows Ed Farsley, but he put out a bunch of great 7-inches. And Primeval was like the Slayer of the Hudson Valley in New York, and really amazing 7-inch. Here's a bootleg, Creator Rehearsal from 1984, 7-inch. And here's a couple of quick Voivod ones. But yeah, that's it for my thrash metal ones. I'll let the next person go, and I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
I got some oddball stuff in a pile here. I'm gonna go with this is Blackfoot. This is the Dry County Too Hard to Handle import single, and it opens up to a gatefold, and there's 2 records in here. So the first one you get Dry County Too Hard to Handle, and it's got a second single with On the Run and Train. I also have this on a 12-inch single as well.
Those are some of my favorite Blackfoot songs.
Yeah, man. Here's one for Teenage Idol off Ciago. This is American single. Someone in the chat was asking about Dio. Most of my Dio is on 12-inch. This is one of the few 7-inches I have. This is Hey Angel.
Oh wow!
Which has got a cool picture on the cover there.
What's the
the B-side? The B-side is Walk on Water.
Great song.
And here is a Stars, just Hearing Aid, the original U.S. single. It's got an interview. It's got the interview with people on the back. It's pretty cool to listen to. Here is the Rods, You Keep Me Hanging On. It's a picture disc from Wild Dogs.
Very cool.
Live shot on the back.
Awesome.
Here's a Japanese single for John Norum. This is Love Is Meant, Japanese single from John Norum, from guitar player from Europe. And then here's his wife's band, Phantom Blue. So this is Why Call It Love.
I got that album, Built for Speed. It's awesome.
Yeah, man, kicks ass. Of course,
really good album.
Drummer Linda McDonald's currently in the Iron Maidens. We're talking about AC/DC. This is a cool AC/DC one. This is Girls Got Rhythm, but it opens up. See, it's like a fold out poster of Angus. It's got Girls Got Rhythm, If You Want Blood, Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be, and Rock and Roll Damnation, kind of like a little 4-song EP.
That's so cool.
This is probably one of my rarest 7-inches. I don't know how many of these were made. This is Helpless by the band White Heat. This is Firehouse before they became Firehouse. So this was only released around like the Richmond area, and I guess they sold it at shows, but it's super rare. I know Ryan Waste got one recently. He lives in Richmond. He actually found one. Funny story about this. I know a guy that had one without a cover, and my friend Jeremy that runs Heaven and Hell Records. Jeremy's like, I'm gonna buy this 7-inch from me. He said it didn't have a cover. I said, well, maybe I can make you a cover or something in a color copy or something. Just get the record. Well, the dude didn't know how to mail a record. He stuck the freaking 45 single in a padded envelope and mailed it to Jeremy. And by the time he got it, the record was completely broken all up.
Oh man!
Like I said, these things are super rare. It's really rare. I'm just gonna roll through a few new wave of British metal type things I've got here. There's the first Raven single,
Nice.
or I don't need your money, from 1980, and it's signed by the Gallagher brothers. Old shot of them on the back, and look at Wacko in that photo with the mustache, dude. It's hilarious. Yeah,
that is so cool.
I got the Born to Be Wild single with Udo, Raven and Udo. Speaking of flexi disc, this is Destroy All Monsters. This came with the fan pack or whatever from one of the albums that they did, and then the picture disc for Born to Be Wild as well, because it's got the Ballad of Marshall Stack on it. There's a Budgie picture disc here. This is Apparatus from the Night Flight record. That's a Derek Riggs cover. Derek Riggs actually designed that, drew that.
Yeah, that's in his book.
Yeah. Here's a Venom. Ralph had some Venoms I had. Here's this is actually from Metal Black. This is the Antichrist, and it's signed by Anton, which is the drummer, Cronus's brother, and Mike Hickey. There's a Satan single for Heads Will Roll. That one's actually a repress. And the guitarist for Satan, Russ Tippins, he has a new band that he has based out of the US called Tanith. This is a 7-inch that they released, and it's all autographed by the band. Here is one that doesn't have a cover, and it didn't come with a cover, but it's pretty rare. This is one I got that Mark gave me when I bought his collection. It's Aurora. I'll Be Your Fantasy, and If I Really Knew Her. This is just a new wave of British metal band. This was like 1982. This is what they pretty much did. This has been reissued, but this is an original. Simon Wright was in this band. He actually plays on. He's a drummer on that. And yeah, I'll stop there for now.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, Wayne.
All right, let's keep the ball rolling here. Controlled Substance. I used to work with this guy. He plays bass in this band. It's a New York hardcore punk band. I don't think they're around anymore though, but he has another band called Distress. But this is pretty cool. Got that from him. Faith No More, Superhero, when they reunited and made a new album. This was the first single. Ghost, Hunter's Moon. This one I saw somebody mention in the chat. They think it's going to be like worth something 20 years from now. I don't think so, because I think they made like a lot of these things. But 7 Inches of Satanic Panic from Ghost.
I have that as well. I do have that.
Yeah, I have 2 of these, and then there was another one they released in the box set. This band ain't around no more, but they turned into another band. What the hell's the other band? Grave Pleasures. But this is their original name was called Beast Milk. So I have this. I just found out about this band. Pretty good stuff if you like punk. Like a gothic punk type thing. This is a Gamma Ray album. It's got the CD in here, but there's a 7-inch vinyl of 2 songs exclusive to this thing here, and it was signed by the band. And I've showed this a few times on the show. Hyrax, Faster Than Metal, Faster Than Death. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I need to get that.
Yep, you do. A new album just came out too, and I just got that in the mail a couple days ago. This came with one of the reissues of Savatage. I think it was Dungeons of Calling. Avatar City.
I got it as well. Yep. I wish I could find an original. That would be awesome to find. But I'm happy with
this. That's fine.
Yeah.
Another one that got reissued with the Savatage reissues is this one here. This has This Is Where You Should Be and Hold the Mountain King live.
Mm-hmm.
And my last one is from a band called Them. This is a single for Back in the Garden Where Death Sleeps, and another song called Phenomena. I don't know, but that's that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff there. That's it. That's all I got. I don't have no more 7 inches. I'm done.
I just saw Joe. This guy Joe says, as talking about Firehouse thing. He said Firehouse was Max Warrior before they got famous in '85. Yeah, they were Max Warrior, and then Max Warrior basically broke up, and Perry and CJ joined White Heat, and they did that. That's Helpless from the same song on the first Firehouse record. It's just they ended up changing their name because there was too many White Heats out there, too many bands that started with White.
Seagull Rock Squawk says this is the fastest show ever.
All right, yeah. Let me continue. The fast.
A lot of stuff to show.
This is a really cool band called Holy Grail. I had them sign this for me. Good traditional.
Yeah, good band. Some of those guys were in Huntress too.
And what weren't they in White Wizard?
Yeah, you're right. Sure were.
And speaking of white, this is a white vinyl, and
Ew.
down with whitey vinyl.
Yep.
All right, this is one I bought on Record Store Day, and I love this song from when I was a little kid. Kung Fu Fighting, man.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah, Carl Douglas.
And you know what the B-side's called? Dance the Kung Fu. All right, I don't know why I own this. Maybe I shouldn't own this. Maybe I shouldn't show this because it's embarrassing. But I got a bunch of singles from Def Leppard's Hysteria, which I got 4 of them.
Send them to me. You don't want them.
I have one. I have the one Wayne had. Pour some sugar on me.
I'll take
but
that.
They all made a poster.
Yeah.
You had to buy each one.
I'll totally give it to you, Wayne.
I'll take it. I don't have them. So yeah.
This is
send away.
The Beastie Boys. You got to fight for your right to party. And the B-side is Paul Revere. All right.
Cool.
This is a cool band called Denial Friend. Friends.
Denial Fiend. Yeah. Isn't that Rick Ross?
Yeah. Ace Frehley, Insane.
The guy from Accused played with Denial Fiend too. He did their second album. He was the singer Blaine from The Accused ended up singing for Denial Fiend.
I think Terry Butler might have been in that band as well. I can't remember.
This one's called Dead Awakening. Insane, Frehley's Comet.
Nice.
B-side is the Acorn Spinning. I got a Circus of Power single.
Wow, cool. Great band.
And Evil Woman Live.
Oh yeah, that's from the third album. Yeah. I love the first album.
George Harrison, When We Were Fab. I don't know how I got that. He's the overrated Beatle. I got this.
I'll take that too if you don't want it. Give it to me.
I'll give it to you. This is just some single. It has Living Color, Elvis Is Dead, Suicidal Tendency, Give It
Oh, that's a good one.
Burning Tree with the song Burning Tree, and 24/7 Spies with New Superhero Worship.
That looks like that came from a Raw magazine.
I seen that band 24/7 Spies open up for Ludacris at New Rochelle at the Streets in New Rochelle.
I saw him once as well.
All right, here's my last one. I don't even know what it is. I gotta take it. This is the cover. I'm gonna hunt for the band's name.
The hell is it? We need a drum roll for this one. Hold on.
It's called, and it's a red vinyl. Looky here. Oh wait, there's 2 vinyls in here.
Taking too long.
Yeah, and they're both red.
It's Sammy Hagar. Red.
3 lines.
Red Rocker.
There's a band called damn, they even spell it backwards. Something like Demonion Alcoholica, something like that. I don't know, but that's my last one, and I haven't heard this, but I soon will listen to it.
Look, here's a Sammy Hagar, and it comes with a patch.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, if I were you, Tony, I'd go right now to the bathroom and wash your hands.
I don't want that one. Don't send that to me.
Don't play that single. It'll give your record player AIDS.
How about HSAS?
Oh my God.
All right, that's it. That's all of mine. I mean, that I know of. I know I got that Ghost single there. I just don't feel like getting up anymore.
You're gonna think of something. You're gonna go, oh yeah, in a minute.
You know, I don't know where it is. I got this huge plaque this guy gave me. It's a big Kiss picture, and glued on it is the 45 of Rock and Roll All Night. Or was it Detroit Rock City? I can't remember. But I still got it.
I got Rock and Roll All Night. I got the it's like no cover, but it's Rock and Roll All Night.
When I was a little
I
kid,
also have
I had the single for Nothing to Lose, Kiss, for the first album, and the B-side was Nothing to Lose.
I also got I Was Made for Loving You with Hard Times as a
Oh,
single.
cool. You
With
know,
no cover.
Kiss released like a box,
Yeah,
all their singles.
yeah, they did. Yeah, a while ago.
And I heard it's got like a different remix of Dr. Love where you can only hear it on that single.
I don't think I'm gonna buy a whole box set of that just to hear that.
Here's a rare Kiss one. It's Mighty Boss Tones doing a Kiss song, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
Kiss. It's a split single with Kiss.
Yeah,
How did
I
they
just saw
how did they
that.
work this one out? It's like
yeah.
Kiss with Mighty Boss Tones doing a split. Who would think Kiss would do a split 7-inch with somebody?
Well, the Mighty Ballstones is their cover of
Green.
Detroit Rock City from
Yeah,
the
the
Kiss,
Kiss
My
My
Ass
Ass.
album.
Yeah.
What Kiss song?
Oh, that's this was pretty old. Yeah,
Rock and Roll
so
All
I
Night.
guess it's from that.
Rockin' All Night.
That's like probably like 94. I think.
Detroit Rock City and Detroit Rock City. Both bands doing
Yeah,
Detroit.
that's what I
Rock
meant.
City.
Detroit Rock City. Yep, yep.
Is it
Same
in
song.
Detroit Rock City?
Hmm?
What's
Is
that?
it Detroit Rock City?
That's
that?
What was that, Richard? You broke up. What'd you say?
Mighty Boss Tones. Is it not? Is it in the movie Detroit Rock City?
No, it was
Yeah, I
in
guess
No.
it.
it was the
it was on
sound.
the
It's the soundtrack to not the soundtrack, but that record, "Kiss My Ass,"
Oh
the
yeah,
tribute
with all the grunge bands doing the Kiss songs.
right, right.
Yeah, Told the Wet Sprocket
They
doing
made a video.
Rock and Roll All Night.
They did a video.
Terrible.
I remember.
Garth Brooks doing "Hard Luck Woman."
That was good. I did like it, that one. That one I
It
enjoyed.
was Kiss was back.
Yeah, I got that.
To me, the best thing on that tribute album is the last song, that Japanese orchestra.
Oh, the orchestra thing.
Oh, that's Yoshiki from X Japan.
That is amazing. That's the best cover on there, in my opinion.
Found another Y&T. It's from Japan for Contagious, and they're wearing Cracker Jack clothes again. What you got, Richard?
What do I got? Sort of like the Discharge run. And you were talking about some of the 7 inches having dates. I got a good bit of Rose Tattoo.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
This 7 inch opens and it's got the tour dates inside for Assault and Battery over there in 81. But yeah, I got this is on the Career, the label Saxon was over there. But I also
Career
have
Records. Yeah.
I have a ton of them on Albert. This Albert and it's gonna work itself out. Rock and Roll Outlaw. Let's see. One of the Boys. Yeah, this drove me crazy trying to find all these before Discogs, before I was on Discogs. Some pretty wild stuff on over there though. You know, it wasn't just thrown into a blank sleeve.
Are there any Buster Brown singles?
I don't think so. I do have the reissue of that record because it has Phil Rudd and Angry Anderson. But I mean, if there was, I wouldn't know about that one. I'm not the biggest fan of that band. Here's another one with English tour dates. But yeah, it is that was commonplace in the 80s for.
They just did some shows in the States, and I saw where this guy on Facebook that I know went to see him, and he said that they had like they had a fill-in drummer and bass player. I think the bass player was the guy that plays with LA Guns, because supposedly the rhythm section for the band cannot get in the US.
Oh man. And there's an American picture of this. But yeah, I do have a good Rose Tattoo run, including all the records on the Albert label. But
cool. Awesome.
Yeah, love Rose Tattoo.
Cool band.
You want me to keep moving here? I got it.
Go on.
Yeah, roll through another stack.
All right, another stack. Alice Cooper, the King. And so one of the weirdest things about him is a white label promo for the song Reflected. His early
straight label.
Yeah, straight label before Warner Brothers. But what's weird, everyone knows about the schools out with the panties, but I have an Italian picture sleeve 7-inch for schools out, but it's Italian and it didn't come with panties, but the back cover of the 7-inch has little panties. I guess it was notorious. It's an Italian one. I got a
Wow, another thing I've never seen that before either.
I got a Japanese $1 billion babies picture sleeve. It's a Japanese. The record's just Warner Brothers, but the insert.
It's signed by everybody, huh?
I've driven myself crazy with Cooper, and then this one is Japanese. Hello Hooray, and I can't even read the writing, but there's that one.
What's
And
the Japanese, man?
Yeah, and the $1 billion babies in Japan came with this poster,
Oh,
the
wow.
LP, and this is Hello Hooray, and let me pull the record out.
Did you mail all these out to the guys to get autographs, or did you?
What's that?
To get the autographs? Did you mail them out to some of the guys like Neil Smith and?
Well, Tony,
we've talked. I know we've talked about you. I know you how many times you've met Alice and stuff.
Yeah. Well, when Dennis, I was lucky when I used to tour, and I would keep tabs on people, and if I was going to get near them. But the majority of the stuff I have mailed. Me and Neil are pen pals, but the majority of the stuff I got signed in person was I was in LA and I did a Dennis Dunaway book signing when Dennis Dunaway's had his Snakes and Guillotines book come out. I did three or four of those book signings. And then after the LA book signing, Neil Smith and Michael Bruce were doing a little in-store in Arizona. And so I had to go to that. And actually I toured with Kenny Chesney for a long time, and I was doing that, and Michael Bruce was writing country songs, and which I didn't know, but him and his wife informed me that he writes country songs, and he gave that to me, and I passed that up the food chain to, hopefully garner him some work from country music. But yeah, I ended up being friendly with a few of them, but it worked out for some addict like me that collects old Alice Cooper. But I actually went by and had lunch with Michael Bruce and his wife in Phoenix, and it's cool. And they all the boys go to Phoenix for winter, and but yeah, I probably annoyed the shit out of them getting all this stuff signed, but
That's cool though, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bought my
Ralph.
book from Dennis. I bought that same book right from Dennis, and he signed it for me and everything. Got a picture with him. He was at a Chiller Theater, and they had the electric chair behind them and a couple of the old props and stuff. It was fucking really. He was such a cool dude.
I should have seen that.
It's awesome.
Well,
All
the
right,
funny.
so oh no, go ahead, Rich.
Well,
I love
I
hearing your stories.
grew up, thinking I'll never get anything signed by the original Alice Cooper group because they were not really doing anything until that first Chiller they did. And a friend of mine in New Jersey is a big autograph person, and I met him while I was at Radio City. He was trying to get Sabbath and stuff, and we became friends. And I was out with Bon Jovi in 2010, and I got a signed calendar from Bon Jovi, and he had gone to Chiller that you're talking about and had a piece signed by the original Alice Cooper guys. And I never thought Dunaway'd write a book. I never thought they'd be doing Chiller. And I knew if they did anything, and it would be concentrated in the Northeast. And so I traded him the first Alice Cooper piece I got signed by the guys completed was I traded my signed Bon Jovi calendar for it.
Good trade. Good trade.
That's a good trade, man.
John Bon Jovi would always stiff him on autographs. So
yeah, that book is fucking awesome. I love that
Yeah,
book,
it is.
man. I
Great
couldn't
book.
put that book down. It was such a great read. All right, so now I'm gonna do my punk pile. If you're ready for that, I'm gonna try to really fly through these because I got way too many that I pulled out for this shit. But all right, so Broken Bones. This is old Broken Bones. Like if you like Discharge, you'll like
Hell,
Broken Bones. And this one you had to look in the mirror and read it backwards because it would come out backwards. Um, here's Ralph loves these guys. Here's the Fear 7-inch. Fuck Christmas. Couple
Wow.
of the songs on there. Here's an old Clash one. Is more Clash stuff, but there's like no covers on them. Here's a Circle Jerks, Wild in the Streets, Casualties, Bud Trumpet, one of the best
Butt
punk bands from
trumpet,
the
great,
90s.
great name.
Here's some Gigi Allen's. These are classic old Gigi Allen stuff. Warnings.
Is it on brown? Is it on brown vinyl?
Yeah.
Some of them, I think some of them are
oh my
Gigi
God.
Allen and the Murder Junkie, Gigi Allen's Christmas. Here's one for you, Tony. Live Carolina in My Ass.
Wow.
And here's the band The Murder Junkies. I bought this one right from Earl, Gigi's brother, The Right to Remain Violent. This was one I bought at a Chiller Theater. He used to do conventions there and sell all
Earl,
crazy
yeah.
shit. Here's a bunch of Dead Kennedys ones. These were all signed by Jello Biafra. He actually drew on this one. If you could see like the face, he would draw on them. I got to meet him after a show where no one else was hanging out. I had like 20 albums. He signed them all, sat down on the stoop, looking through each one of them, commenting on them, did little
Awesome.
faces on some of them. Life
You should have filmed that. That would have been awesome.
I should have. I didn't even take a picture that night. Nazi punks fuck off with the armband, the Nazi armband. This is the only one he wouldn't sign. It's one called Cold Fish, and it was a bootleg, and that song is not on any Dead Kennedys album, so he wouldn't sign that one. Here's one from The Undead, The Invisible Man. This one's signed by Bobby Steele. 7 Seconds, old classic stuff. Old Minor Threat, original Minor Threat. This is SOA demos. Is Henry Rollins' first band before he even got in Black Flag. Is an old Ramones 7-inch. Here's a bootleg of a Rollins band 7-inch Beefcake. Like kind of like making a joke on them. But here's some Poison Idea. There's one on this side too. Here's a Poison Idea picture disc 7-inch. Here's a Poison Idea split 7-inch where they both do the same song, and it's Pantera on one side and Poison Idea on the other side. And it's purple vinyl. This one's autographed. I Can't Breathe, Poison Idea 7-inch. Here's one from the Meat Men. I Like It. Some Like It Cold. The Meat Men, fucking one of my favorite bands. And College Radio Loser, another great song by them. Canadian punk legends, DOA. Here's a DI from California, classical hardcore punk band. Here's some Black Flag, all signed by Greg Ginn. Greg Ginn sat down, signed all my stuff. Louis like one of the first ones they put out. Here's a 6-pack and TV Party. This one's like the demos, and it's got the Chiefs demos, and it's got Black Flag demos on here. It's a double 7-inch. His original Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, Violent Pacification, original
Wow.
7-inch. It's got like
Cool.
it's a 7-inch with like 22 songs on this 7-inch.
Wow.
It's fucking classic. His Danzig, One Night in Hell. This one's signed by Eerie Von. Here's a bootleg Danzig one, another bootleg, double 7-inch bootleg Danzig. Here's another bootleg one, Fresh Flesh. Misfits, Horror Business. Live 79, Perfect Crime, signed by Bobby Steele. Misfits Bullet. And Misfits Evil Live. That's it for the punk 7-inches. Yeah. So I'll stop there.
I thought you were going to say it's signed by Glenn Danzig, and I was like, oh, wow. I
got one CD signed by Danzig when I met him.
I saw him sign a bunch of Misfit stuff, but
Oh, he's
bootlegs.
good at signing.
oh, the
Yeah,
bootleg.
he won't sign. He won't sign a bootleg, just like Jello wouldn't, and
Oh,
a lot of
okay.
them won't. And I met Johnny Rotten. He wouldn't sign a bootleg that I had, and a lot of people are like that.
Um, I, it's funny. I was working a show back when he did that Sam Hain Danzig double bill, and
Hmm.
he a friend of mine had got a poster for Evil Live, and as a poster he bought at a record store. Like it wasn't, you know, it was
Yeah.
like a $20 poster, and Glenn, I was talking to Glenn, and I said, I have a tattoo that Glenn likes, and it's a burning church, and Glenn hit, and we hit it off about other stuff. But anyway, I said, hey, I got a buddy out there, and he's got a poster signed by Jerry and Doyle, and Glenn interrupted me. He said, it's a fucking bootleg. I'm not signing a fucking bootleg ever. No. And I said, come on, man. And I basically begged him to do it for a friend of mine. And he didn't say that he would, but when he walked out, he walked out to the guy and said, you're a fucking friend of Richard. You got that fucking bootleg. Give it here. And he signed
Yeah.
it. And I couldn't believe that he signed it. That's the only time I ever knew of him signing a bootleg. But that friend of mine's passed on now, too. But that was pretty cool of him. But Glenn has his moments,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Me to go
I
through
got
some
this.
more here.
I
Go
got
ahead,
really
go ahead,
quick. I
Ralph.
got this. I got this bootleg album, and it's Night of the Living Dead, and it's actually like the album that, like, if I took this out of the frame, you could peel off the different sections of this, because it was like the acetate, but for the cover, and it's the same on the back. And I figured it was super rare, and I got it like Frenchy Coma, Bobby Steele. I
Oh
got
wow.
Jerry Only. I got Doyle to sign it. I got Mr. Jim to sign it, and I got everybody. And I know that one day Danzig, I would love to get him on here, but I just know that he would be like, "Fuck that." And so when you bring that story up,
Yeah.
I got
He's
a frame
man.
hanging.
Bring some cat litter with you, man. Maybe he'll.
I think it'd be better if I bring like a sexy satanic whore to him or something.
Or
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
or wheelbarrow to help him move his bricks.
Have her carry the cat litter. Yeah. There you
So
go.
I know you guys have all probably read the Dennis Dunaway book we mentioned, but so at second or one of the book signings, one of the first book signings that I went to of Dennis, um, I told him I enjoyed the book, and I looked at him and I said, "But," and he said, "What?" And I said, "I kept waiting for the other foot to drop. It's no, there's no, you got fucked. You guys got fucked. You're gonna take a break and resume as a band, and and all of a sudden Alice is doing an album without you guys. And I've read Michael Bruce's book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, which came out like 20 years ago, and he says in there that they were basically lied to, and that once they went on break from the band, that they all agreed would be a break from the band, that the management took Alice and said, "You can do this without them." Typical rock star, movie star. You don't need those guys. And so I said to Dennis, I know the history, and I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. And you were way too nice. It never happened. And he looked at me and he looked at me like he's thinking. He said, "You should have read the first or second draft." And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "It wasn't nice." And when Cindy read it, she said to me, "You need to think really hard before you put this out in public, because once you put this out, there's no going back." Is it true? Yeah. But once you do this, there's no going back. And you've been on good terms with Alice. And she said, you need to think long and hard before you put this out. And so he redid the whole book and made it, uh, kid friendly. And
Yeah.
that way, and of
You
course,
still get that feel. You still get that feeling, though. Welcome to to my nightmare. It's like where everything, all of a sudden, those guys just get dropped, and it's like, what the fuck, I felt bad when even without it being reword it or whatever. Like I felt like, yeah, damn, these guys got fucked, you know.
Yeah, they really
They were
did.
a band.
They
Yeah,
really did.
once he took the name Alice Cooper and started becoming the guy Alice Cooper, because that was the name of the band. He really wasn't supposed to be about him. They should have just been a band. They should have kept it the Spiders or whatever the fuck it was in the beginning.
And yeah, and Dennis does say that in his book once, that they were out doing press and it went from being a band to being a man. And I think the pinpoint in his book too is, other than Alice legally changing his name, that Dennis Dunaway is the person that introduced Alice Cooper to Salvador Dali. So when Salvador Dali agreed to do Alice Cooper's Brain and have a meeting with him, that Alice went and did it without Dennis, and Dennis felt really slighted because Dennis is the one that introduced Alice to the artwork of Dali, and so yeah, he did candy code it.
He tried to bring them back a little bit way late in the day. You know, they came back for like that 10-inch and sit here and there doing a show here and there. But it's like, yeah, they can't make up for a whole career that those guys lost out on, you know.
Song.
Yeah, I'd love to see one more tour. They'd all come out and go out together, but it's probably never going to happen now.
And it's like one of the band members told me, he's like, if we could, all four of us that grew up together, get in a room and just do it, it would be great. But he said it's not going to happen with the management and with, everything going on. They're not going to leave the guys to do it. So
yeah. That's a whole episode.
Alice had to go on to do something like this. Alice just went on to become You and Me and do adult contemporary. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna blaze through these. We lost John Sykes recently. There's Please Don't Leave Me single he did with Phil Lynott.
Yeah.
Picture of him on the two on the back.
What's
Here's
the
one for
that one?
What's the B-side? Please Don't Leave Me instrumental.
Man, I love that song.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it's like I've got this on CD with the same cover, but it's got like the rest of it is Best of Tigers of Pantane. So it's called John Sykes, Please Don't Leave Me in Best of Tigers. Here is Blue Murder single for Jelly Roll, where John looks like he should be in Bon Jovi and all sexy. And here's a White Snake with John for Love Ain't No Stranger. Here's a White Snake for Standing in the Shadows from the Slide It In record. And here's a David Coverdale solo single, which I thought was kind of odd. He did a song on the Days of Thunder soundtrack for The Last Note of Freedom. It's kind of an odd one. And staying in the White Snake category, here's a Vandenberg. That's a Japanese single, Vandenberg. That's Different Worlds.
I love that song.
Oh yeah, good song. Good song. Here is a North Carolina band. This is kind of rare to get any of their stuff on vinyl. Cry of Love, one of my favorite bands. Just real cool. Just a 7-inch single for that. I got a bunch of stuff from them. That a lot of their stuff came out in Europe on vinyl, just on CD here. Here's a 7-inch picture disc for Heavy Metal Love by Helix. Here is the Trailer Park Boys fans out there. Here's a couple I got from Mark. He picked up. I got his collection. We'll Bring the House Down from Slade. And here's Ruby Red single, which has actually got 2 7-inch singles in it. It's got Ruby Red and Funk, Punk, and Junk. And then the second disc has Rock and Roll Preacher and Take Me Back Home. Any guys familiar with the North Carolina thrash band that put an album out? And they're called Denial. They had an album called Antichrist President. They actually were on New Renaissance Records. This is like a little promo single. It's got their logo on it. They were a cool thrash band. Here is a 7-inch single from Impaler, the old school metal band.
Wow. Oh,
Impaler.
that's awesome!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Stiffer in the it's got Stiffer in the Casket, Cruel and Unusual, Creature in Thigh High Boots, and Point of Impact. Here's
And it's
a
a
couple
different picture. It's a different picture than that's on the cover of the album, which is
Rise
awesome.
of the Mutants.
That's
Yeah,
a
this
If
is
we
the-
had
right?
brains, we'd be dangerous. That's
yeah, this
awesome.
is 30th anniversary little 7-inch they put out.
Oh,
Here's a couple of
that's cool.
unofficial, or you want to call them bootlegs. This is the Collector's Celtic Frost, which was a 12-inch. This is this bootleg 7-inch on red vinyl. Where they did like in the Chapel in the Moonlight, the old Dean Martin song. It's got the inevitable factor, which ended up on Parched with Thirst and Mine Dying. Here's a unofficial Black Masses, Black Funeral. Just got that picture on both
Nice.
sides. A little different than what Count showed us earlier. They're
Yeah,
both
that's awesome.
unofficial
though.
pictures.
Oh,
Here's
wow, that's killer.
Hellhammer. It's Blood, Insanity, and Maniac.
Nice.
Here's Christmas single, Spinal Tap, Christmas with the Devil. I just saw the trailer.
Yeah.
They just released a
Yeah,
trailer
they-
for
they
the
got
new
the new
movie
movie.
today. Yeah, it comes out in
coming
September. Yeah. I don't know if some of you guys might know who this guy on. He's on Facebook. Performer's name's Ed Gage.
Yeah.
He's Ed's an actor and does some music. He released this single of Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap with John Gallagher and Steve Grimmett guesting on it. Did a video, and these are, we were talking about Square Records earlier. These are clear plastic Square records that are cut
Nice.
like they used to cut records, like at Old Sun Studio. They would cut it right there in the studio. That these are cut. This one it played on a friend of mine's, but it won't play on my turntable for some reason. But I have a download of it. It was cool to have. And
I had him on my show when that came out. Nice guy.
Yeah, it's just cool guy, man. I met Ed. I met Ed at M3 years ago. He was living in Florida, and I was standing there talking to John Gallagher and his wife at the time. And Ed comes up and says, "Hey, you're John Gallagher, and I know you from Facebook." And they start talking. He says, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to move out to LA. I'm going to pursue acting." I'm like, well, good luck, man. And you're thinking, okay, well, hope he does okay, but what's the odds? Next thing the dude's been in he's been in
the
Mandalorian.
Yeah,
He's been in he was on that HBO show about the comics. I'm Dying Up Here, and he's got little bit roles, and then he's done his own movies and stuff. Man, just done so well for himself.
He's doing some Batman thing too.
I was friends with Ed way before he moved. He used to come to the early Thrash or Die shows. Great dude. Looks like Sean Penn.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Every time I see him, it's Sean Penn. He's such a nice guy. And then he moves to LA and he's doing all these things. And then he's playing the Viper Room, doing this whole thing like Wasp, drinking blood and all this.
They should tell him to come on the show one day.
He's been on my radio show. When I used to do the radio show, he would always come on to debut whatever he just recorded. And that was one of them.
Yeah.
Couple more I'll show you here. This is a reprint, but this is one of the greatest album covers of all time. The band is Randy.
Oh yeah, I remember you showing us.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with this band, check them out. It's good hard rock music.
Yeah.
Picture of the band on the back. One guy's kind of looks like Ralph Macchio. But yeah, it's a really good record. They're from Denmark. But that cover, man, just had to throw so many people off, man. I'm going to show you these real fast. This is some stuff that hits a little close to home for us too. This is King Filey. This is October 31. This is Going to the Devil single, and they do Too Scared to Run by Uriah Heep is the B-side. Here's October 31. This is Salem's Curse with Electric Eye, the cover from Priest. This actually is a rare one because the two songs have Scott and Tony from Twisted Tower Dyer had joined the band. So Tony's on lead vocals on this instead of King. It was an oddity. And this is one for Powerhouse from October 31. Got a great picture of King picking Brian up doing the Randy Rhoads tribute type album cover. Got some Twisted Tower Dyer. I got this is the Axes in Honor 7-inch, and it's actually a picture of this. This is on these are on Maniacal Records did these. Here's one for Dagger's Blade. Speaking of Angry Anderson, I always told Tony that drawing of him, he looked like Angry Anderson on the drawing. And that, yeah, rest his soul, man. Tony's not with us anymore. Here's they did a split with the band the Lamp of Thoth, and Twisted Tire Dyer does name, rank, and serial number from Fist on this new wave of British metal band. And then their latest band, the guys from TGD, kind of have a side band called Walpurgis, and this was one that they had We Are the Wolves and the Sisters. And this is actually kind of cool because this is actually a 7-inch single and a CD in one pack there. So yeah. So what else you guys got?
I'm done.
I'm
Unless I have
done.
something I can't think of.
You're
but,
done.
I got a few more Judas Priest. I didn't know how long this
Yeah,
was
man. Show us some
I
Priest.
got a shitload more too. So
I
after,
just take the
Richard.
top 3 priests, which I hunted this one forever. It's a French 7-inch picture sleeve for Rock and Roll and Never Satisfied. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's the only country that a picture sleeve was issued on for that first first Judas Priest. So it's, but yeah, and then I didn't grab like the common ones. I grabbed the ones that were hardest for me to obtain. The other one is this one that's Japanese. The Dissident Aggressor and Exciter. Or I'm sorry, Better by You, Better Than Me, and then Exciter. And it's Japanese. It's so, sort of anticlimactic when you see a record and it goes for like $400 and you finally get one and it's just a little sheet, just a little sheet. So,
Yeah.
and then this is the Dissident Aggressor and Diamonds and Rust.
Oh yeah. I remember you showing me that. That's killer.
This is the one I set the clock to in the fucking morning.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one you had to get it and bid on.
Because it was in America. The guy was in America, and it's always in Japan with $20 shipping, and I didn't pay $400 or $500 for it, and I got it shipped. So, yeah, those are my prize Judas Priest 7-inches.
My only priest one is this Breaking the Law with Metal Gods. It's a gatefold.
Yeah, I have
which
that
is
one.
awesome.
That's a great one. I have
But
that one.
it comes with a patch though, supposedly, and I don't have the patch.
Me neither. I don't have the patch. This is an odd one that when I first was getting into Judas Priest, I bought this on cassette. This has actually was released as a 7-inch single, but it's got 6 songs on it. It's like a little EP. It's actually in 33 RPM speed, but it's like a little best of. And I remember buying it out of the cutout bin, for like a cheap bin on cassette, probably for like $3. And years later, I like run across it on vinyl. That's kind of cool.
Wow, that's cool.
Yep. What you got, Ralph?
Oh, okay.
Ralph.
So I got a whole bunch of shit.
You guys are the only ones left.
I'm trying to go through little sections. All right, here's a weird, like old Saxon 7-inch.
With Dobby on
I
cover.
thought all these ones would be done already. It's the Flight of Icarus one and the Clairvoyance 7-inch.
I got a few Maidens, not a whole lot.
2 Minutes to Midnight 7-inch. Twilight Zone. Wrathchild.
Love that cover.
Purgatory.
Love that cover.
That's one of my favorite covers of all time. Phantom of the Opera, even though Bruce is singing it on that one, is which is Running Free, Sanctuary. All right, now I'm gonna go to some weird ones. Is Anal Cunt, Staying Alive 7-inch, the Oi version. Candiria, if you guys never heard of them, they're fucking awesome Brooklyn band, really unique. Here's another Candiria one. Buzz Oven, they're from down south. Unwilling to Explain 7-inch. Godflesh, Merciless 7-inch. A lot of these are colored and stuff. Cryptic Slaughter, fucking classic old crossover band, 7-inch. Here's a picture disc, voluptuous horror of Karen Black, 7-inch. Here's a weird one. It's like a record store day one. Typo Negative and Trivium. They do I Don't Want to Be Me. It's a split 7-inch. Both of them doing the same song on green vinyl. Here's the Mentor 7-inch, signed by Dr. Heathen Scum.
Cool.
Eat the Turnbuckle 7-inch band, wrestling band.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen videos of them. That's great. Yeah.
Dead Guy, Worth Ethic, Neurosis 7-inch, Ex Cops. It's the guys from War doing like a separate band. Butthole Surfers. Here's a picture disc 7-inch. Soylent Green, Raw Power, classic old crossover from Italy. Here's some classic hardcore ones. Is Blood for Blood, one of my favorite drinking band. I think this 7-inch is called Soulless. Is another one. Enemy by Blood for Blood. All Out War, Hudson Valley legendary metal hardcore fucking band. Got a bunch of them. Here's one really pretty rare. Ball of Destruction by Madball. Freddie from Madball is only like 12 years old on this 7-inch. It's the first thing they ever released. Like another one of those like 20 song 7-inches, you know. He was like really young. Murphy's Law is another Murphy's Law on the other side. His Integrity. It's a picture disc 7-inch. Is one of the earliest Hatebreed 7-inches, signed by some of the guys. Another one signed by them. Dillinger Escape Plan. Dark Side, New York City from the guitar player from Sheer Terror. Fucking really heavy hardcore. Breakdown, another legendary New York hardcore band. Cro-Mags. Here's a United Blood EP by Agnostic Front, but this wasn't the original. This was put out when Roger was going to jail for shit, and they needed to raise money, so they printed like 1,000 of these to try to raise money for his jail fund. So this is one of the reprints, but even this was probably more rare than the actual one. This is one Agnostic Front. If you bought the Super 7 figure, you can get the special version with the Agnostic Front 7-inch. I bought that one. Another Agnostic Front one. This is a cool one. It's like the Agnostic Front 7-inch, but also with a Blu-ray for the Godfathers of Hardcore. Here's a Tesco V, Just Say No, split 7-inch. Sick of It All, signed by the band, 7-inch. Rest in Pieces. The drummer from Sick of It All was the singer of Rest in Peace, this New York hardcore band. And Nausea, another fucking classic crust punk band from New York. Here's some classic rock ones. It's Pink Floyd ones, but they don't got the covers and stuff, but they're like later ones. This one's a great Pink Floyd one from the Wall movie. Is Arnold Lane Record Store Day, Pink Floyd 7-inch. Is an old Crazy Diamond, Sid Barrett 7-inch. Is a recent David Gilmour 7-inch. I know Ralph is a Beatles fan, so I got the what's this? Free as a Bird 7-inch.
Nice.
And then Real Love 7-inch. I got a bunch of Beatles. I bought like a guy's collection one time. He had a jukebox, so I have a shitload of 7-inches that are all just classic rock, but they don't have like pictures on them or not, so they're not worth mentioning really, except for this AC/DC one. Let's Get It Up, and it's got Snowblind on the other side, and then this one, Shoot the Thrill, you know. But I got a whole nother stack of death metal ones. Does anybody got anything else to show before I go to the death metal stack? That's my last stack in my death metal stack. So
I've got one more record I'll take.
All right, go ahead.
In honor of Bobby Liebling, my daughter, who's 20, sends me a video last week of Bobby staring and and, and
Yeah.
The hair blowing in the
yeah, blowing.
band.
And
Yeah, that
There's
it's gone
puppets.
viral,
There's
man.
puppets. Yeah, there's puppets of that now, and all
Yeah.
sorts of new videos.
He had seen it, and I told her, she said, "Yeah, this is the guy you like, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She knows I got, with the Bobby Living bobblehead and Pentagram records. She had peripherally known me, her, and me and my wife talk about the movie. My wife worked in counseling, so when the movie came out, Last Days Here, I showed her the scene where Bobby was looking for a crack rock in the couch cushions. And so when the video of Bobby staring went viral, she said, "Is that the guy that was looking for crack in the couch?" And I was like,
Yeah.
so anyway, in honor of Bobby, one of my most prized possessions is the High Voltage era band, Living in a Ram's Head. And it's When the Screams Come, but it's a 70, 78, 79 High Voltage. And it's signed by Bobby, Marty, and Joe Hasselvander. The guitar player, Richard Keat, who played on this, lives in Florida. I heard he had his home destroyed by a hurricane recently, but and is living in a hotel. But I'd love to meet that guy. I always go back to that live at the keg, and
That's fucking sick, man. That's
love it.
awesome.
Love Pentagram, and not
That's
just
so
because
cool.
about the video, but but yeah. So if the High Voltage
That's
era,
amazing.
yeah,
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
man. It's
sick.
killer. Yeah.
So
I was
yeah, a
just
lot
gonna
of these bands are no one's gonna like know of and stuff. And I believe me, I left like hundreds of them behind because I got so many death metal 7 inches. But like I was trying to just pull out ones that like maybe some people might
Can,
know. So
can you read the
all right,
logos?
Avulsed. Yeah, I don't want to let you try to read all the logos because we'll be here all day.
You tell us. Yeah.
Abort it from Belgium. Amorphous, they're back when they were more of a death metal band. People love them for what they do now. Atrocity, another great Nuclear Blast, early 7 inch. Autopsy, double 7 inch. Ass Suck, Agonia.
Suck.
This is a cool one. It's Brugeria. A lot of these guys probably know these guys because they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
kind of like a. But this one came with a special matchbook. Like I guess you could burn churches with, or whoever. Brutal Truth, and I showed you guys the box set that I had. So this is like just a separate 7 inch. I should put it in that box set. Shut that fucking dog up. Carcass.
He wants to burn a church.
Cool classic old Carcass 7 inch. Look at this one, Cadaver Feast. How fucking brutal is that?
What is that? Is that what I think it is?
Like, yeah, I probably should. I don't want.
Yeah,
I don't want
you
to
just-
get you.
You just got Ralph in trouble.
Disma, brutal death metal. Human Remains, one of the fucking most unique, sick fucking bands out there. They're so different than all the other death metal bands. Disharmonic Orchestra, Decrepit, Embalmer, General Surgery, Napalm Death, Suffer the Children, Napalm Death, Hung. Here's a Napalm Death, Nazi Punks Fuck Off, picture disc 7 inch. Hypocrisy. This is a weird one. It's Entombed in New Bomb Turks doing a split 7 inch. Totally different styles of music. Ex Mortis, Exit 13, Incantation. Ralph and Tony were just on last night with John McEntee from Incantation. This is like the first two really official releases besides the demos. Got them both signed by the singer and John McEntee. His Christ Denied with Hemorrhage split. His Disastrous Murmur with Master split. Legendary New York death metal Mortician 7 inches. Here's Morpheus Descends. They were just Morpheus when they first came out. The original Morpheus. Here's a Morpheus Descends 7-inch. Nun Slaughter is a Nun Slaughter split with Hemorrhage. Is Order from Chaos. The singer went on to be on Angel Corpse and other bands. Another Nun Slaughter 7-inch with Bloodstock or Bloodsick is the split. His original Morbid Angel by Kingdom Come Abomination 7-inch. Benediction. Here's a 7-inch by a death metal band called Sea of Tranquility, and I'm on a YouTube channel once a month from called Sea of Tranquility, and it's a split with the band Numbskull, which is a great fucking heavy thrash band. Sadistic Intent, Revenant. This is the band that John McEntee was in before he was in Incantation. Here's another Revenant 7-inch. Here's Roch of War. Repulsion, considered one of like the original grindcore bands. Psychosis, real sick, fucking brutal shit. Oh, here, you're gonna love this one's, Ralph. Meat Shits. You ever hear of the Meat Shits?
Oh yeah, yes.
Check out all these
I'm
7-inches.
about to
This
have
one
that
you're
in
gonna.
5 minutes.
This should be
Oh,
the
that's nice.
thumbnail.
That's
Make
good.
this one the thumb.
Yeah.
Make this the thumbnail of the episode.
Yeah.
Another great fucking one. Another one. A lot of these are splits. This one I gotta show real quick because that's brutal. Meat Shit. Macabre, one of my all-time favorite bands. It's autographed by the guys. Here's another autograph Macabre one. Monstrosity, Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse before he became the singer of Cannibal Corpse in his legendary death metal band called Monstrosity.
You know,
And
I
that's
saw
it.
I saw Monstrosity with Corpse Grinder, like I don't know,
So did I.
maybe 20 years ago. It was like a one-time reunion thing.
Oh, I seen him before he joined Cannibal.
Yeah,
I seen him
saw
at
way
a
back.
Death Fest.
Yeah, I saw Monstrosity. I don't know, maybe it was like 2002 or something. He was already in Cannibal, and he just did one show at the Culture Room, and I believe they were opening for Morbid Angel. By the way, before you keep going, you mentioned before, I'll make this really brief, the band Angel Corpse. I was good friends with Pete Helmkamp until he started talking
Oh wow.
my back. So fuck Pete Helmkamp. I love
Yeah,
Angel.
his original band, Order from Chaos, was a really unique early band. And the Angel Corpse, they came out and they were brutal as fuck, and they were following that Morbid Angel stuff. And I seen them a couple times. I seen them tour with Cannibal Corpse. I seen them tour with Crisian and Incantation. And I thought they were a great band, But
Oh, they're awesome.
yes, people can be
Awesome. It's just a shame Pete Helmkamp's a douchebag.
I met him. I got a picture with him, but that's it. I don't have any interaction with them. So yeah, if they're dicks, then fuck them.
He started talking shit behind my back. I was like, "What the fuck? I thought we were friends."
Yeah.
Oh, good band.
No, that's it though, man. That was a lot. I just tried to fly through them really quick because I know people will love seeing that kind of shit because I know I love seeing like Richard stuff and everybody else's stuff. I love seeing this all, man. We gotta do 10 inches next or
12 inches.
or rare vintage shirts or something like.
I think I have.
This
I think
format.
10 inches. I have maybe 3.
I got like 30, but they're all interesting ones. So like I can do a whole episode on 10 inches. But I like just that no one's doing episodes like this. Like everybody's doing the album battles or this or that and anniversaries and stuff. So this was cool to do this. And I would love to do a 10-inch one. I'd do a fucking classic vintage shirts or vintage whatever, toys or whatever the fuck. Just weird topics that
Weird
not
stuff,
everybody's
yeah.
doing.
How much shit do you think I collect, man?
You know what's sad? My most vintage shirt I have is from 1982. I still have it.
Wow.
It was Journey, Aerosmith, and Sammy Hagar, and Sammy Hagar's on the shirt.
So you can't wear it.
I can't wear it because if I do, I'll
You
get.
can still talk about it. You can still talk about it, though. I'm sure
Yeah.
Richard has some sick
I-
ass shirts.
If I put on that shirt, I'll get shingles.
Funny thing is, most of my old shirts, I either sold them during the old T-shirt craze back in the early 2000s, or a lot of stuff I just got rid of, man. Just
Yeah, I don't have
for
nothing.
space, you know.
Luckily, my
gotta-
wife could always fit into my old shirts, like so. I never sold them because I didn't fit into them no more. Because I could always make my wife wear when it's like an important
Oh,
show.
yeah.
I pull it
Yeah,
out. I
that's
pull
right.
it out of the retirement bin, and I'm like, "Yo, you got to wear this one tonight." So it's like this is see through.
Oh,
That's
yeah. I've got a few more things I was going to show pretty fast here. I got Quartz, Street Fighting Lady, Mainline Riders, produced by Tony Iommi. And Jeff Nichols was in that, man. That's another Quartz. That's Stoking Up the Fires of Hell, which is a great song off their what was the album they had, Fighting Back or whatever. Here's The Skull, Got Some Trouble. Eric Wagner and Ron Holzner, and this autographed single that they did. And of course, after Eric passed, they became the Legion of Doom, and that's just came out recently, and that's fully autographed. And I got a bunch of just little random stuff from like newer bands that are, a lot of these bands are putting 7 inches out. Severe from Australia, Bat, Ryan Waste from Municipal Waste, and Nick from Municipal Waste band. This is the Cruel Discipline 7-inch. I spoke to Ryan asking about coming on and talking about their 25th anniversary show coming up in April. He's going to try to make some time. I'll let you know.
Oh,
if
for
he's
sure.
got time to do it sometime.
I love
Night Demon has put out a ton of 7-inches. I wish I had collected them all. This is really cool. Black Widow, and they do Turn Up the Night from Sabbath on here. And then here is the one that they did. They actually recorded live with Yuli Roth at this festival, and they do In Trance and Top of the Bill with Uli playing guitar. So
Wow.
pretty cool. And High Spirits, that's the Take Me Home High Spirits single. Here is In the Moonlight from High Spirits. Love these guys. Midnight Hellion. These guys are actually out with Anvil, going out with Anvil soon. Pounder. This is cool. Cool band. This is Matt Harvey and Tom Draper, who Tom plays with several different bands. This is cool. I don't know what happened to these guys, man. I had a CD by them. Evil Survives. Kick-ass thrash band that did like one and done album. But this is a song called Judas Priest, and it's about going to a Judas Priest concert, and it's pretty much based on Heavy Metal Parking Lot.
Nice.
Yeah. Got Freeways, kind of it's almost like On Through the Night here. Cool band, kind of popular right now. White Hornet, I think that was a one and done single from those guys. Iron Curtain from Spain, love these guys, sound a lot like Running Wild. And Vulture, which is another side project of Ryan Waste from Richmond.
Good shit, man.
Yeah, Vulture, yeah, really cool. This is with the original singer on this one. Then Screamer from Sweden. It's one of their singles here. It's Monte Carlo Nights. It's hard to say. And we've got Savage Master with Black Hooves, and they do Swords of Tequila. The
Yeah, somebody
classic.
just said that in the chat too. You pulled it out at the same time you said it.
Wow. Lucifer, Dirt in the Ground. And it's got Reaper on Your Heels live on it. Have you heard Lucifer's cover of Take Me Away off the Paul Stanley solo
Love
record?
it. I like
Great.
I like it more than Paul's version.
I'd love to get that. I think it was a bonus track on the Japanese version of that second album, I believe. And Ice War. These guys are kind of popular right now. Ice War. So yeah, that's just some cool pieces I've picked up.
I have a tiny
bands.
little stack of black metal albums or 7-inches I forgot to mention for my
Ooh.
few black metal friends out there. Have a Hedge. It's
got
picture disc 7-inch.
You got a lot-
Acheron,
You have a lot to put
Florida.
away
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah, I
sore.
know,
It's
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
But
My shit's strewn everywhere in here, man.
Ralph, you know these guys?
Yes, I do.
Acheron.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they're Florida.
Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, here's another Acheron original 7-inch. Here's Impiety. It's a pretty unique. I forget what country they're from. They're from one of those weird countries that not many bands come from. That's
Weird
like
country.
the first thing they ever put out. Rotting Christ, Bethlehem, Abruptum, Absu from Texas.
I opened for them once.
Oh, that's cool. Ancient, another old black metal band. That's it for me. And I refrain from pulling out like a million obscure bands that I just don't think anybody would ever have heard of. And I have a
Ambush.
lot of other crazy.
Oh, I
ones.
love Ambush.
Well,
Yeah, I
more
just
than
found- I
more than
just
half of what you
found out.
showed me was
Yeah,
unknown
cool
to me.
band.
That's kind of that's a new.
This Ambush is that song Hellbiter that sounds just like Looks to Kill by Motley Crue, the riff. It's a cool song. Cool
Hey,
band.
Tony, you mentioned the first one you pulled out was Quartz. Yeah, interesting footnote is Mainline Riders is the song that Jeff Nichols said proves he wrote the bass line for Heaven and Hell because when they were jamming with Jeff and Tony and Ronnie without a bass player, he was playing Mainline Riders, which if you listen to Quartz Mainline Riders, once you read that book, Battle for Black Sabbath or whatever, or Never Say Die.
Yeah.
And Heaven and Hell is Mainline Riders by Quartz.
Yeah. You're right. It is similar. Very, very similar. Too similar.
Everybody claimed they wrote it, like Craig Gruber and different people, but Ronnie even in an article said he wrote the bass line for Heaven and Hell. And then only person that didn't write it that we knew was Geezer Butler, who said he would have never written it. It's too simple. And then in that book, Never Say Die, Jeff says it's Mainline Riders. And once you look, it is. It's Sports Mainline Riders. Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Something for everybody to check out there. You can find it on YouTube.
Yep.
Well, very cool, everybody. We all showed our 7-inches for most of them. And I thank everybody. We got a lot of people in the chat, right?
Yeah, there's people
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Not much about the 7 inches that they have. A couple of people, but yeah, there's people in there.
Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for joining us, Richard. And
No,
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
10, so
Count Ralph as Tony, Wayne. Oh, and by the way, this will be the last appearance for Wayne for a while because he's going into surgery.
Yep.
And we wish him the best of luck with his addictomy.
It's addictomy. Yeah.
We hope for a speedy recovery because we are gonna miss Wayne. Well, I am. I know everybody else is gonna be relieved.
Yeah.
But that's why I love Wayne here because he pisses all you guys off.
Yeah. The show would be a lot better without me.
Oh,
We're gonna
I
yeah.
have
hope he has
Wayne-
the same name when he comes back. I
might not. I might not. I might
Wayne
have
Noon. I hope it's still the same name, or else I don't know.
But anyway, Wayne, he's going through transition. He's gonna be a guy now.
Yeah. Well,
He's gonna have hair on the next.
I'm getting hair. I'm getting hair transplants.
Yeah.
He's getting,
He's getting plugs.
Yeah.
He's going to the same doctor that Paul Stanley went to.
Yeah.
he's got a new YouTube channel. He's taking his Tesla back.
I've been growing my pube hair out for the last few years, so it should be good.
Yeah, well, good luck with everything, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good
I'll
luck,
be
brother.
back.
Good luck, brother.
We'll be checking on you.
Yeah, everybody wish Wayne a speedy recovery because I'm gonna
Fuck
miss
yeah.
I don't care if you don't.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll be back.
Yeah, you will. And I will end the show to say I didn't tell you guys this, but tonight's show was sponsored by the Mexican drug cartel. And they wanted me to relay this to everybody. Fuck your life. try our fentanyl.
Hell yeah.
Right on, everybody. So till next week, schmack 'em a gob.
Bye.
Ugh.